Welcome to Lyme Support Network podcast hosted by Holistic Therapy Tribe. Each episode, we sit down with one key member of the Lyme community, a doctor, a patient, an entrepreneur, an advocate, or a warrior, to learn from their first-hand experience. Today, our focus is on a Lyme warrior. Our guest, Brittany, will walk us through her first symptoms and why they were missed, the testing process, and how she finally got the right diagnosis, treatments that helped, and those that didn't, the impact on her health and relationships, the changes she hopes to see from doctors, coaches, and innovators. Whether you treat Lyme, live with it, or work to improve care, Brittany's story offers practical insight and clear next steps. So, Brittany, can you just give a bit about your Lyme disease journey and how it all started?
Yeah, so it was probably about 8 years ago now. I started getting really weird symptoms in my ears. I was getting like all this head pressure and banging in my ears and a lot of vertigo. And I had just gotten back from a trip to the Smoky Mountains. So I started going to doctors, and the doctors were just kind of saying it was a pressure change issue. It would adjust or whatever. It never adjusted. And then within a few weeks, I started going to specialists and was getting all these additional tests done. And the symptoms kind of started to pile up. The doctors told me everything was unrelated and they were all separate diseases. So basically I was diagnosed at this point with like vestibular migraines and allergies. One of them said, like, have you considered anxiety? So it's kind of, I started to just kind of like rack up the diagnoses. And then when it really started getting bad, it was really like 3.5 years into this. My whole body was covered in an itchy rash, and none of the dermatologists I went to knew what it was, and they just kept giving me steroids and different medications for it. Nothing was helping. And then my joints started getting really bad, and I woke up one day and just couldn't stand up. So I was going to specialists for that. They were calling it overuse. Went to a rheumatologist. He said it was probably rheumatoid arthritis, even though everything was negative for rheumatoid arthritis. And he ended up suggesting a biologic that I would have had to be on for the rest of my life. He said, if you don't start taking this, you're going to be in a wheelchair in a year. And that was kind of a wake-up call for me, because it didn't feel right in my gut that it was rheumatoid arthritis. And he had done a Lyme Western blot test, but that was negative. But it just, like, none of it felt right. So I started doing my own research, and that's kind of how I fell into all of this. And that was, now 5 years ago. And I finally was able to, with my own research, I convinced a functional medicine doctor to order me an IGeneX test.
So
that
you
was
actually
positive.
advocated it.
Yes. Yep. That was positive for Lyme, tick-borne relapsing fever, Bartonella, Babesia. My Epstein-Barr had reoccurred, so I was dealing with the fatigue from that. And then I finally just kind of found a naturopath who listened to me and was able to get on the right path.
And so usually when people get Lyme, they used to get this round rashes. So what about you? You had that, or how it was?
The bullseye rash.
Yeah,
I
bullseye.
did not have a bullseye rash. No, I didn't even know I
Yeah.
was bit by a tick at all. So I guess I don't know if it was a tick or something else. But I didn't know I was bit by anything. So I had no bullseye rash, no bites or anything.
Mm. So currently, have you been recovered completely, or you're still in you're getting treated by your doctors?
So I ended up using the naturopathic doctor to do some treatments. with tinctures that I wasn't able to get without a doctor. But none of the protocols that are out there were really working for me on their own. So I ended up kind of having to piecemeal together a bunch of different protocols and kind of build my own thing. So I did that. I did that really aggressively for about 6 months. And then I started to get to the point where I could walk again. I was back to doing yoga. I was back to like doing a lot of the things I really wanted to do. I could sit up without being really tired. I was working normally, you know, all that. My brain fog and memory issues had kind of started to clear up. So I was able to kind of ease off of those. That was about 4 years ago. I've had one maybe significant flare since then. Otherwise, I do just try to keep on a low dose of the herbs, and I do regular detox. I do regular gentle movement and try to focus on just eating well and getting sunshine and fresh air and stuff. And I've been able to really keep it up pretty well. Some days I'm more burned out than others and more tired than others, but I've only really had like one time where for a few weeks my joints were starting to bother me again and it started to impact my life.
So after this long period, you could come back to your normal life.
That's hard to answer because I don't know if I know what normal life is anymore. Like, it's not, you know, I was diagnosed when I was 27. So I was very active. I was always outside doing things. I was playing volleyball and doing a lot of physical activity. I'm not 27 anymore. You know, it's been a really long journey. So it's hard. I definitely think I'm healthier. I'm living a much healthier life than I was before I got sick because I am focusing a lot on eating better and getting outside and doing the detox work. And I'm doing all of the things I want to be doing most days. Like there are some days where, you know, it's hard to go do something physical that everybody else can do. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much back to I'm back to doing the things that I love, and that's the thing that's I think most important to me.
So Lyme disease can often feel isolating. So how did you maintain the hope and motivation throughout the ups and downs? Because this is a long journey.
Yeah, it is.
And on top of that, people simply won't understand unless they experience it.
Yeah.
So how you navigated this?
Yeah, that was definitely a challenge, and it still is a challenge. I think I have been very fortunate, and I'm definitely one of the lucky ones that even though I probably went through 20 different doctors that didn't listen to me, didn't want to hear what I had to say. But on the other side of that, I also have a very supportive husband who like day one said, let's do what we have to do. We'll get this, you know, we'll beat it. And he supported me in kind of going against their suggestions and treating the way I wanted to and pushing against what they were telling me. And so that was really huge. That really helped me keep my positivity. And then on the other side of it too, I grew up with a mom who like was always looking for alternative answers to things. So she has been since day one, like, let's figure this out. Let's do research. She's very knowledgeable on things like this. So I had a lot of support that I think a lot of people wouldn't have in this situation. And that really helped me kind of just stay motivated. And then a lot of it too, it was like, if I'm going to live this way, I refuse to live in a way that I can't do the things that I love and with the people I want to do them with. So it's just kind of like gave myself no other choice. I figured it out. Like I had to keep going. I had to keep fighting. And because I wanted to get back to doing things, I was having fun before, you know, I wanted to get back to it. So that was kind of a lot of it.
So so it seems you are really, really, really lucky. So from the medical support, you had a very good 2 doctors you got, and your family also supported you like anything. So you're really lucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have seen people suffer really. Yeah. First of all, those who are around them, they are not able to understand this person, understand life.
Yeah.
So So what role has the nutrition played in your recovery process? And have there been any dietary changes, or you have found something beneficial so that you can share with the other members in the community?
Yeah, so since I decided to treat fully herbally, I didn't do any traditional medicine at all. I did everything fully, I guess what you would consider alternative. So nutrition has been huge. It's probably like 50% of my focus. I really focused on trying to eat organic, clean foods. I cleaned up, got chemicals out of our lives. I still eat processed food sometimes, but I try to really limit it. And then we kind of did a complete overhaul of our diet. So I don't do any dairy except for cheese sometimes. I cut out gluten entirely. So that was really big for my joints, especially in the beginning. Now I can eat a little bit more and feel okay. But toward the beginning, when I would eat gluten, it would be like my whole body would inflame. So cutting that out helped a lot with the symptoms. And then cutting out sugar, I cut out sugar for a really long time. And now I have it kind of as treats, but that was really big too. I feel like that was a lot of why I was able to kind of fight the infection, because they weren't feeding off of everything that I was putting into my body. I was just eating healthy foods, and I felt a lot more nourished that way too. So I think that was probably one of the most important things that I did, was really do a complete overhaul of my diet and really the chemicals that we have in our life in general. I cut chemicals out entirely. We don't use chemical cleaners. We don't use chemicals like in our yard or anything. We kind of cut that all out.
Mm. And so related to nutrition aspect, so what about that detox protocols? Something you did to improve the absorption of the nutrition, or
Yeah. Detox was really important. I started detox before I even started the herbs, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't making myself sicker with the die-off. So that was something that I found in my research, was like detox to prevent the Herxheimer reaction. So I started there first. And I still do that. It's definitely helped with the food. I do a ton of detox. So I kind of do a few things every day that will support and detox a different system in my body. I really do a lot of lymphatic massage, dry brushing, infrared sauna. I drink dandelion and nettle tea. So those have actually helped me a lot. The sauna was like a game changer. I have red light in it, and it was, I do it every day, and it kind of became just a nice, like peaceful mindfulness time for me too. And then yoga. I do yoga every day, and that's been a really good gentle movement to just get my blood flowing and my lymph system moving. So, it's kind of like, depending on the day, I always want to sweat every day. I always want to be moving in some way. I want to get outside and get fresh air and like clear my lungs. So I focus on that really heavily, and I have since the very beginning of my treatment.
so can you just put it in a small couple of points where in which these items, there's a best can be done by a patient with Lyme. So for our audience.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard because I did different like segments of treatment because I eased into it. But Dr. Rahl's protocol of herbal therapy really helped me. And that's kind of how I started with the Japanese knotweed, cat's claw, skull cap. So I started with that, and then activated charcoal was really helping me as well. I think monolaurin is really important as a biofilm buster, so that you're actually killing the bacteria you're trying to kill. And Byron White formulas, I used 3 different formulas of the tinctures. Those were, I think, the strongest of what I did. And those, once I eased into those, were definitely the most effective overall.
So what do you wish you had known when you first started your Lyme journey?
So many things. I knew nothing. Like, I had no idea. I thought you would get a bullseye rash and you would know you had Lyme. So I really wish that I would have known that you don't always get a bullseye rash with Lyme, because I think that would have sped up my diagnosis a lot.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have known how inaccurate the Western blot tests are. Because you kind of go in there trusting that the tests that you're getting are going to be accurate, and they're just so inaccurate. I think I saw somewhere there's like 40% inaccuracy. So I wish I would have known that. I would have done a DNA connections or IGeneX test way earlier if I had known that that test wasn't even a good indicator of whether I had Lyme.
So looking back, how has your perspective on life changed because of your experience with Lyme disease?
It's changed a lot. I've really focused heavily on mindfulness to try to, to help me get through it. So I feel a lot more at peace and calmer now. So I've been forced to kind of focus on my mental health a lot more, I think, than I was. But I kind of did a full 180, and I really just fell in love with the herbal aspect of everything. So I started to really just kind of fall in love with learning about that and healing and living my body and living my life in just a really healed way. And so I'm almost done with my certification to become a master herbalist so that I can try to help other people. And I feel like I know for a fact I would not have gotten to this point if it weren't for my Lyme.
In fact, Dr. Ralph, he himself was a Lyme patient.
Yep, exactly.
So is there something else you would like to share with our audience, whether it is about a message of hope or advice to the Lyme patient and their families?
Yeah, I just really think it's important to keep doing the research and not to give up. I'm working really hard on putting together resources to try to help people so that they're not floundering the same way that I was for so many years and going misdiagnosed for so many years. So, the community, I think, is really important. Focus on your support system and just like don't give up. Find the resources, try different protocols because nothing is one size fits all. And there are a lot of doctors and supplement providers, I think, that try to push their products and say this is one size fits all, this is going to help everybody, and that's just not the case. Like everybody's bodies and infection is different. So I think that if I would have known that in the very beginning, then I would have probably gotten through it a lot quicker and suffered a lot less. And so I think that it's important for people to kind of just focus on that.
So I'm having some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So one word to describe your Lyme journey.
Long.
So one myth you would like to burst about Lyme. Myth about Lyme.
Hope.
No. It is. No. Hope is not a myth. So because of hope only, you are there. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm not sure what word you're saying.
Oh, okay. We'll go to the next one.
Okay.
So one message to Lyme doctors.
Yeah. Learn more and try to help people better. They all try very hard. I think it's just going against what's out there right now and trying to push past that.
No. So one message to policymakers.
Listen to us better.
What is your advice to the community people who are having Lyme and who is navigating this journey?
I suggest trying to find a naturopath or functional medicine doctor by you if possible, and going on the journey that way. But if not, then there are a lot of really great herbalists and doctors that practice virtually that can help and that can guide you in the right direction, and to work with somebody so that you don't get fatigued on trying to do things on your own.
Mm-hmm. And see, at what point they should start doubting that should I check for the possibility of a Lyme?
I think that
maybe
at this point,
this question is supposed to go to a doctor But anyway, you're going to become a doctor, so you can tell that.
I won't be a doctor. I'll be a certified master herbalist. But I think there are so many symptoms with Lyme and co-infections that overlap over everything. If you've gotten to the point where you've been sick for more than a few weeks, if you have a bullseye rash, go right away. Go get on antibiotics and do the thing.
Yeah.
But if you have symptoms like at all where you just feel weird or sick or your joints are bad, feverish, flu-like, anything like that, and it's been lasting and you cannot figure out what it is, I would always test for Lyme. I always tell people test if you don't know, because it's could be causing so many different diseases. It could be causing so many different things. And DNA Connections is a really good test where you actually don't need a doctor to order it. You can order it on your own. And I had my friend do that as well, and she tested positive for Lyme, and was able to kind of start her healing journey on her own, until she found a doctor. So I think there's, other than like the cost of the testing, if you get a Western blot and you're negative, I think it's really worth it to test if you have something that is not going away.
And what advice do you have for the near and dear of Lyme patients? In what way they can support? They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But they consider Lyme as some fever or some disease, but Lyme is beyond that.
It is. It's so many things. I think the thing that helped me the most was like reading Dr. Rawls' book was a game changer for me, because I really was able to understand the bacteria and the way it works a lot better. And then finding forums and community where you can go in and ask questions and talk to people. That was kind of what opened my eyes the most when I joined a Lyme forum, like a random one on Facebook, and I started looking at people's symptoms, and I said, I have all of these symptoms, and they're telling me that they're all separate, and they're not, and even people who maybe have been diagnosed but aren't seeing, like if you've been diagnosed with, I don't know, MS or lupus or RA, but you're not seeing progress forward, you're doing everything and you're not seeing progress. Lyme causes those things, and it can cause those things. So, it's important, I think, to get to the root cause and to find, it's really hard to find a doctor that supports you, but once you do, that's a game changer. If you can just find a professional that can walk you through it one step at a time, just take one step at a time.
And according to you, if it is diagnosed at the very early stage, so without much trouble, we can recover from it fully.
Personally, I have seen, and like from what I've researched and everything, if you catch it right away and you have Lyme, you were bit or you have a bullseye rash, and catch it right away and get on doxycycline or whatever. From what I've seen, people are able to just completely recover. The more chronic, I had it for years before it's, almost 7 years before I was diagnosed. And then, I've seen people with 20 plus years, and that obviously takes longer, but I am proof that like you can come out on the other side. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do any of the things I wanted to do anymore. And I'm proof that you can come out on the other side of that. As whether I'm completely recovered, I don't know. I haven't tested again, but I don't have symptoms. I'm living my life every day the way that I want to. And so I think like it is absolutely possible to come out on the other side of it.
So the message to the community members is, so even though it is chronic, now we have enough treatments so that you can, even if you put some effort, you can definitely come out.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. So you are the living proof for that, and multiple other warriors are living proof.
Absolutely.
So there is definitely hope. There is no issue.
Yeah, there is.
Brittany, so thank you for sharing your journey with us. So we are going to conclude this discussion over here.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. So we I know I want to tell you something about we and what we are working on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for that. Yeah. Basically, I'm a digital marketing specialist, specializing in branding of holistic therapist.
Wow.
Yeah, so I work with the holistic therapists, multiple who's practicing across USA, and then so I found if when in different multiple areas, the holistic therapy is having a better chance or better options or treatment options available in some areas, like in this case Lyme disease,
Yeah.
chronic Lyme disease. If you go to the traditional one, you will not get out from there. So only they have is antibiotic, and years to the you cannot have an antibiotic.
Yep.
Yeah. So I identified all these different diseases, and the the already a cure is available, and people don't know about it, and people are suffering.
Yeah.
So my skill is, this is my skill, branding and marketing. So I want to bring that and take it to everyone. So for that, first I started one platform. So it is basically we term the platform is available at Holistic Therapy Tribe, where in which in US approximately 800,000 uh, holistic therapy clinics are available,
Wow.
and 600,000 thousand holistic businesses are there.
Wow, that's
So maybe
amazing.
some, yeah, so maybe some business will be having multiple locations, branches.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. So I took all these people, I brought all these people into one platform, and were in which we can find out people who is specialized in what disease, and maybe their rating we can give. So from there, people at least know this many therapists are available for us, and they can contact all those things they can do. Along with that, resources that is available in the holistic therapy in terms of books, in terms of in terms of trainings, in terms of events, in terms of in terms of events, training, and courses. All these things we are listing it out over there. And for the community part, we started out in the Facebook. So
Okay.
in the yeah, so we are using the Facebook for the community part. So later on in future, we will be having a community part on our website as well. So it will become a complete one.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So our objective goal is to help uh, in one particular small way in the journey of a person from illness to wellness. Maybe I could contribute a content, and he went through that content, he got bit knowledge about it, or maybe he could connect with a correct doctor, or maybe he could get a good supplement from a product, or a small part in their journey from illness to wellness. So
Wow.
we our goal is to touch 10 million people's illness to wellness journey over a period of 10 years. This is
Wow,
our
that's
goal.
amazing.
So by doing this, I may not become, or we may not become the richest people, but we can get we can earn a decent amount to have a good, decent life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. So this is what our background is all about.
I was going to ask how you got into this. Like why Lyme disease?
Yeah. So Lyme disease, yeah, this we found, and we are having a couple of diseases for that, uh, which which really don't have cure in effective cure in traditional
Yeah.
medicine. Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, people suffer. At the same time, we have very effective treatments in the holistic side.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm in marketing too, actually. That's like my full-time thing is
Really?
marketing. So that's really cool. I always I like the whole marketing side of everything, and but I'm in love with the herbal
Mm.
healing side. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
my passion.
Mm. Yeah.
I was looking at your platform actually, and I was going
Mm.
through everything, and it's really cool. It's like exactly
Mm.
what I feel like people need. There's nothing like that. It's so hard to find resources.
Mm. And now we are going to introduce one more Lyme doctors. Disease wise, we are going to list doctors.
That's good.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So people are badly in need of it. Badly in
Yeah.
need of it.
Yeah. The doctor I used was just a naturopathic doctor who
Mm.
learned about Lyme to help me. Like she had no idea.
Mm. Oh. Mm. Even nowadays, multiple places they give training for doctors online.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm. So they are called Lyme literate doctors.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's such a cool thing that you're doing, and you're going to help a lot of people with it.
Yes. So yeah, that's what illness to wellness. If in that journey, some part that we will get involved.
Yeah. Well, that matters,
Mm.
especially if it's at the
Mm.
beginning.
Yes. Mm. Okay. So you understood our background, why we do, and our goal, and this is what the platform is about.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm.
I've been following you for a long time.
Mm.
So I don't know, how long have you been doing this? How long have you had the platform?
Uh, so this so when we no this we have been trying it for the past 1 or 2 years, because
Okay.
collecting all this data, it took a lot of time for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Mm.
does. Um, I was going to talk to you because of your platform, because of the way that you have it built.
Mm.
There are bits of that I wanted to work into an overarching like healing
Mm.
platform of my own.
Mm.
But I don't want to do the data side of it. Like I don't want to do
Mm.
the Lyme finding and even the doctor finding, and even the community
Mm.
aspect is great. Like I really want to
Mm.
do that, but I wanted to kind of talk to you about tying that into some of the more herbal healing and protocol platform
Mm.
that I want to build, and just
Mm.
having like your platform at like just so people can find the doctors and be driven to your platform instead of in mine.
Mm. Mm. So can you explain it further so that
Yeah, it's super early stages, so I have
mm.
nothing started.
Mm.
But
Mm.
because of my experience and because like I'm becoming an herbalist, so I want to be able to have a platform where people can go with a small membership fee, really small membership fee, where I'll have videos of my healing
Mm.
journey,
Mm.
and my protocol, like
Mm.
exercise videos and recipes, things like that
Mm.
for people to be able to
Mm.
access.
Mm. Mm.
And then like one-on-one herbal coaching,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
just so that they're not
Mm.
floundering. And then they also
Mm.
like, I want them to be able to find a Lyme doctor and things like that too.
Mm. Mm. Okay, so in this in the current platform, we are having that option.
Okay.
So now we are finding out who and who is giving training or coaching, or this thing is called Lyme coaches.
Oh,
So
okay.
one on
Perfect.
one. Yeah, Lyme coach. Yeah, we already have people in the market.
Perfect. That's
Yeah,
great. Okay.
and the training videos we have already for Lyme.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So now we are listing it out on our platform.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you like as a practitioner, once I open my business, how would I go about getting onto your platform as a
Um,
practitioner? Like, as an option for people to find as a Lyme literate practitioner.
No, that is it will be listed there. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And course means it will be listed over there, and we will direct it to your website if you're having.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
We are not hosting at this point of time. We are not hosting anything. So we are
Yeah.
just giving a link, and so that you can go. Anybody can go there and take it.
Yeah, that's great. That's such a good idea.
Yeah. And in future we may host training videos. We can host like course. Yeah, that in future, not right now. Already we have it, but it will take some time to gather people for doing it, because
Yeah.
hosting a course, it needs a software, that type of things. So
Yep.
already we have that expertise, but we don't have anybody, right now. We don't have anybody for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm.
That's really cool. I mean, I just think having a place for people to even find doctors is huge.
So do you have any suggestions for whatever you have seen, and anything else can be added so that it is useful? So since you are in the marketing field,
Yeah,
in your perspective,
I
and
think
already, yeah.
like having the doctors is the biggest thing, because that's a really,
Mhm.
really hard thing for people to find.
Yeah.
And then maybe the only other thing I would think that like what are they called? I think they're called the Tick Chicks. They do have things like products that they recommend, like product discounts and stuff like that. So
Mm.
that can be helpful, I think, for people when they're going in and they're like, what do I do? Looking at doctors
Mm.
and like understanding what to ask. But
Mm.
otherwise, I mean, I think your platform is really good, especially if you're going to add the coachings and the trainings and stuff like that. I think that that's
Yeah,
really,
it is already available there,
yeah,
listed.
yeah.
Mm.
I
But
think that's really, that's what people need the most, especially in the very
uh,
beginning. Like they're so blinded, and
mm.
I didn't know where to go.
Mm.
And
Mm.
the community
Mm.
is really big too, that you have that. That's a
Mm.
huge aspect to it. There's
Mm.
nowhere for people to find people to talk to about
Mm.
it. So I
Mm.
think the community is really big.
So how you plan? Okay, you are in the early stages. So how you plan? You told you are planning for a course, or for the Lyme disease people.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do anything as robust as what you're doing. Like you're doing more, you're going to have a lot of different options. You have a lot of different options for people to choose from.
Mm.
Mine is more, yeah, I'll have for people who are looking to get into the Lyme business. Like I want to help people do that and find their way and
Mm.
how they can help people with Lyme. Um,
Mm.
and then less like I don't want to have courses. I really want it to
Mm.
be more of just content,
One-on-one
like
course.
created content. And
Great.
and one-on-one consulting, yeah.
Mm. So then we in our side there is an option for Lyme coaches.
And that's for coaching on the business side.
No, patients.
Okay, okay, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
basically what I would be. I would be, an
Uh,
herbalist and a
uh,
Lyme coach. So yeah,
so yeah. So we are having a listing for that.
that's
So we
awesome.
can list you there. The thing is, you can also do it, and website should be there, everything. But to get the traffic, that's a bit difficult. That too, traffic from it should be from the stakeholders,
Yeah,
from Lyme warriors. We should get the traffic. That part is bit difficult.
it is. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are getting that traffic into our site. So those traffics, and we promote. So usually what we do is we have not started it full fledged, but this is our plan. So whoever is onboarded, so we will promote across social media places, each of them, so that people will come to know. Yeah,
Okay. That's
like that.
huge. Do you
Mm.
what do you charge? Do you charge for Like if I
we are not
wanted to be a
charging.
coach?
No,
Okay.
no, we are not charging anything
Okay.
right now, and we want to see whether how useful it is, how many people are can make use of it. So based on that, we'll do some. So actually, we won't. As I told, we are not we are not expecting us to become the richest company,
Yeah.
richest company from there. Nor, but with this, we can live a modest life. We'll
Yeah.
get enough revenue to get a modest life. Yeah.
Yeah. And help people.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that is a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'd love to be like listed as a coach on there. I'll have my certification soon and I'll start doing that. But I just want to help people, so that's perfect.
So then we will keep in touch. So when my listing is when my listing that thing is ready, so we'll inform you.
Yes, please
So
do.
we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know. I'd like to be on there, right
Yeah,
away. So
sure.
definitely let me know as soon as that's ready.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So see you soon then.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.